So, the class reunion, dinner, barbecue. There's my character. Do they have exposed thighs? What is this outfit I'm wearing? No, it's just a weird ass outfit. Oh look, all my armor is still here. And this is Brocade Ensemble. Where's my fancy outfit? Oh, it only has the one that I was wearing at the end. My fancy dress is gone. And I can't select the other characters. Did I put that outfit in the traveler's chest by chance? Clothing chest. Wait, that says clothing chest? It's full of... It's just full of dyes and stuff? It has like every outfit in the game or something? Not quite. What the hell's that?
Well, some of the people.
Where's my fancy dress that I paid good money for? Angelic Skyon outfit. Okay, I'm curious as to what that's... Because that looks a little bit under, but... I had a black flare leather outfit. That doesn't look like much. Blue flare leather outfit. Okay, well, just out of curiosity, what do we have here? This isn't gonna blow up in my face, is it? No? Oh, that's cute, I guess. Oh boy. Okay, well, I guess it's a fancy dress party, bud. So who's first? Halson, right there.
You would think someone of my vintage would be inured to the passage of time. Yet these past 6 months have seemed endless without your company. But now, our paths cross once more.
Let me guess, just as nature intended?
Just as I hoped they would, more like. The Oak Father has been kind to me this past while. Yet I cannot forget the bond we all forged together. It is one that can weather any distance, any passage of time. I know it can. For I feel the longing for old friends in my heart each day.
You sound like you need a hug. That's life, I'm afraid. You sound like you need a drink.
Well, I am not normally given to imbibing, but this is a special occasion. And I believe our dear Withers procured a fine honey mead as part of the celebratory victuals.
So, what?
Even the most ascetic of nature's servants would be tempted by such an elixir. But that can wait. Your company is what truly drew me.
Is this one last chance to get
We have
laid?
much to catch up on. Do not allow me to ramble on. I am eager to hear all you've been doing.
I have no clue what I've been doing. I could listen to you. Finally, yes, let's talk about me. You first,
In that
bud.
case,
Just
very
spit it
well.
out.
Our community grows rapidly. In 6 months, we have turned what was once a shadowy wasteland into a true home for all.
Is that the
In
Moonlight
another 6
area?
months, I would wager
Moonrise?
the scars of the past will be entirely invisible, even to those who remember them. The old masonry
good.
of Moonrise Towers and
Okay, yeah.
Brightwin have been repurposed into new homes.
You tore
And
down the
land
tower.
is rich with harvests and bountiful trees. Nature and civilization are in harmony, stronger together.
Nice. Sounds wonderful.
It is, truly. Though a more complex, evolving beast than I could ever have anticipated. I spoke often of balance before. Only now do I realize that balance is no simple, fixed thing. We welcome folk from all walks of life. Anyone who wishes for a new start. Naturally, it can be chaotic at times, but it is a thrilling sort of chaos. It thrives in ways I could never have dreamed of.
I need to see this place for myself.
You are welcome whenever you like, and for however long you please. Now, please, tell me all, and spare no details.
Well,
I shall not lie. I have an ulterior motive in wishing to hear all. It is the children, you see. My charges.
What about them?
Their appetite for bedtime tales is
Oh,
greater than
okay.
I could ever have anticipated. Another story, Daddy Halsin. Another is the chorus that greets me each nightfall. They have all but exhausted my repertoire in but a few short months. No mean feat given the lifetime I have
These are
lived.
some long
I
dialogues.
desperately need new material, please.
It's going to be hard
My
to cram
reputation
this.
is at stake.
It sought you out at camp. Had I known bad time, I expected you have a few tales that will need to wait till you're older. All right, let me see what I have.
I am all ears. Though I never cared for that phrase. A rather unsettling image.
Okay. Deception. The truth bait, spice it up a little. Tales of your past 6 months. Recount some of your recent exploits, sparing no details. Just regale.
You have kept yourself
That's
busy.
it?
I expected no less, in truth. I shall be able to keep the children enthralled for a few more nights yet, thanks to you. And should you wish to retell of your exploits in person, well, I shall not object to a night off. Now, it would be cruel of me to hoard you all to myself for the evening, as much as I would like to.
It's just what I was thinking.
I shall leave you to the others for now, unless there was anything else.
Tell me about Daniel and Oliver. Still partial. Well, maybe I'll look
Before
at
you
some of this
go,
on my own
I
time.
have something for you.
Oh,
Just a little keepsake, really. Do you remember how I told you I like to whittle?
yeah?
I made this.
What is it?
Ducks are my favorite, but
Damn, you
I
sure,
thought they
bro?
were
That's gotta be
particularly
like...
fitting in this case. They are migratory birds, of course.
It's gotta be like the
traveling
deluxe
far and wide
package
with the turn
content
of the
right there.
seasons. Yet, they always find their way back to where they belong. Just like old friends find themselves
It's a
back in
duck.
each other's company.
It's lovely,
Just
thank
a
you.
token to remember me by.
What the hell was that in the background?
Now, I've taken up enough of your time. Go on. And
Yep. Okay, so... some of these characters are more interesting than me to others, and if it's going to take
So you made it.
this much
Now
time
here's
for
a
each of
party.
them, I need to expedite to the important ones. Like frickin' Karlak over here.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean.
Well, we're not going through swamps all the time.
I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission.
Okay.
Man, we had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side.
Love. Oh,
But hey, guess what we found?
you guys are hooked up?
Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge!
Okay.
Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty.
Nice.
Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlak yet, soldier.
Good. I think about you still. I miss what we have. I'm glad to hear. You must be so happy.
Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched.
Owlbears?
But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going. Can I look you up when I'm out?
Fuck yeah. You had better.
Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two.
Wow.
Gods, is it good to see you again.
I'm literally stronger
to be
than you
here
are.
Together. Hard not to get used to it all over again.
I get 3 hits
This
a
won't be
turn.
the
You only
last
get
time.
2.
I promise.
Wow, that was shorter. I guess she's not. Yeah, Halcyon likes to talk. Her, not so much. And I guess everybody wants to know what Sweetheart Shadowheart is up
Keeping us
to.
all on, starting to wonder if you'd show up.
What were you talking about? I had my reservations. I thought it might be too. Of course I did. Shadowheart, isn't it?
Hilarious. You could find work as a jester if you stumble upon a noble with more gold than taste.
That was a legitimate joke.
Come here, will you? It's been forever.
They want a hug? What the hell is that?
You feel a little more substantial than before. Less camping and scrounging off the land,
Oh, I
take
gained
it.
weight? You could say that. I slept under the stars enough for one lifetime. I'll take that as a compliment. You look good too.
I suppose I do, don't I? I'm glad you seem well. Truly.
What have you been up to?
Wandering, mostly. The adventuring life is almost a tonic when you're not constantly threatened by brain monsters and cultists. I can finally see the world beyond the cloister.
What the hell's a cloister?
One of my first stops was the House of the Moon in Waterdeep. It's the largest temple of Selûne in existence.
Selûne?
It seemed like the perfect spot to reflect on my parents, on where they came from,
You're still mourning.
and where I came from too, I suppose. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Me, of all people, in the lair of the Moon Witch herself. God, your truest act of heroism was putting up with all that char and drivel I was spouting for so long.
Yeah, that's true. Are you gonna turn to Druidic now?
Not quite. But luckily Selûne allows you to forge your own path. Perhaps I'll be drawn to her, perhaps not. Either way, I get to decide. That's not something I was ever able to claim before.
What else have you been doing?
Well, I've had run-ins with my former fellow Sharans on a couple of occasions. Word seems to have spread of what happened at the cloister.
Oh boy.
Now other chapters of Shar worshippers see me as a prime target to offer up to their lady as
Yeah,
a
I can imagine.
sacrifice. Don't worry. I know their tired old tricks better than anyone. They'll need more than a hooded cloak and poisoned blade to best me. Especially when I have a friend on the inside keeping
Oh
me
yeah, your
abreast
little
of
buddy
their
there.
predictable little plans.
You mean Nocturne?
None other. The matter of her faith and allegiances remains complicated, let's say. But she is still my oldest friend. I have hopes that perhaps she might turn from Shar entirely given time. But that's a decision she will have to make for herself. If that day comes, I'll be ready.
What's next?
I don't know. Which is just the way I like it just now. Perhaps I'll just stick a pin in a map and see what I find, or head to the docks in the morning and scrounge a berth to find somewhere new. I'd like to see the islands, maybe, or
There's
head
islands?
south to Arm. I heard there's an enclave of werecats that hunt the followers of dark gods by moonlight. I'd love to see if there's any truth to that. But enough about me. What have you been up to?
Living a quiet existence. You've been living a quiet existence and you're very glad for it. You've been barked on since you parted ways with her. Well, what have I been up to? I would assume that for 6 months after something like that, you'd probably be like chilling down a little bit, maybe helping with the city and stuff like that. Whatever. I've been
Do
adventuring.
you ever rest? think of all those poor, budding adventurers looking to make a name for themselves. Take some time off and give them a chance, why don't you?
Yeah,
Hopefully,
probably.
these meetups will become a regular occurrence. It's not that I miss the tadpoles, but at least it brought us together. Now we've got to make the extra effort ourselves. I'm sure we will, but let's be proactive about it all the same. We're more than capable.
There's
After all,
an email
we've
and
faced down bigger
text.
threats than wrangling together a few social calendars. Don't be a stranger.
Okay. So one of the ones I'm more curious about is Lizelle's here. And last I checked, she was not happy with me.
A most welcome sight.
Really?
Old friend.
What is
For 2
this?
months I trained the Knights of the Comet. For 2 more I skewered Kithraki bellies. And for 2 more yet, I traveled through Limbo. But to
What?
see your face, it brings me even more pleasure than
Well, yeah, she had it hard for me.
Inquisitor's head.
Save failed Arcana. You're looking a bit less solid than I expected. Your efforts to topple Vakuth are well underway then.
We've spilled blood, gained a foothold in the astral, but still we need allies. And one beyond reckoning has made itself known. Zerith Minyaragith.
What?
Not a what, but a who. The immortal god king of the Githzerai. An exiled people. Once king with mine, until the madness of civil war ripped our one sky into 2. Our Gish sent word of the rebellion to Minyaragith through the cosmos. He's agreed to parley. It's fallen to me to secure an alliance.
Hold on, the Great Warrior Lizelle's on a diplomatic mission?
Exactly the reaction I expected. My blade as keen as ever. But it was you who showed me that a proper victory doesn't always require a razor-sharp edge.
Nice.
Sometimes, a sincere plea is more persuasive than a dagger against the neck.
Yeah?
Minyaragith is an ascetic. He reached out in good faith. This is his way. It is in this spirit that I must meet him. And if he refuses, I carry on. Gravity pulls me in but
Frickin' hamster.
one direction. I am the comet. I will not rest until I burn Vlaakith's bones to ash and smash her phylactery to pieces.
So you're not
My
upset with me
people will
anymore?
be free. But you've heard that refrain before. Zealous, bossy, insistent. All part and parcel of my undeniable charm.
I guess it works for you. Shame you couldn't turn up Ursus like talking to a ghost.
I suppose it is, rather. I'm just glad to be here at all.
So there's no hard
Taken
feelings.
a dozen Gish's talents, a few stolen psi crystals, and 2 10 days of effort to conjure my projection. Worth it, I'd say. I miss this place. This... Fey Run.
Faye, run.
More to the point, I missed you.
Aww.
But I'll be back to see you again when the comet has risen. As surely as Kalir will forever circle the sun.
Okay. Now who? Oh yeah, this guy. He's a prime character.
Thank Mother Gith.
He didn't get burned up.
Well, look who decided to turn up.
You.
I wasn't sure our withered old friend could live up to his promise. But here we are. And you're looking more delicious than ever, if you don't mind me saying.
Easy, bud.
Whatever you've been doing with your time, it clearly worked wonders.
I've been living, seeing as much of the world. After everything I wanted to hate, helping people, I've been trying to make a difference. I've been boring. You know me. It's been a wild few months. Yeah, make a difference as much of the world. I'll go with this one.
Of course. I'd be disappointed with anything less. You always brought a wonderful sense of fun to the world.
Did I?
And where better to celebrate our good fortune?
I
An
thought I was
old
just
haunt
giver.
with old friends.
Last time I saw you were running from the sun.
Exactly what I feared. Without the protection of our little friends, I was just an ordinary spawn again, burning in the sun. I fled the dock and found refuge in the shadows until night fell. I'm sorry I didn't seek you out that night.
I'm sure if your buddy runs away, you're gonna
ashamed.
go check on him.
Like I'd lost everything just as you claimed your victory. I didn't want you to see me like that. But time lent perspective. It wasn't your victory, it was ours. And for all I'd lost, I'd gained so much more. I had freedom, strength, a whole new life. And it was time to live it. I've taken a turn as an adventurer and hero. It turns out no one actually cares about murder, as long as you murder the right people.
There you
Apparently,
go,
I'm
bud.
good.
That's my philosophy when I play these games. Don't need to be the evil guy. You get to kill plenty anyway. I could have told you that.
Yes, but you say all sorts of things. Honestly, I don't even listen half the time.
Oh, I get that too.
It has made for a nice change, though. Inspiring hope in people instead of terror. Well, I do try to inspire a little terror. I'm still me, after all.
Do you ever miss walking in the sun?
I did at first. But then I realized these shadows, this darkness, it's all a part of me. I spent too long defined by what other people did to me, the choices other people made for me. But that's over now. This is who I am, in all my glory, for better and for worse.
Glad to hear it.
That
Acceptance
being
looks
said,
good on you.
I haven't completely given up on returning to the sun. If the opportunity presented itself, well, I wouldn't say no. But until then, I am happy.
Oh, there you go.
We've had quite the journey, you and I. From the moment I first threatened you, I knew you were someone special. Someone to take on the world with. I will miss our time together. But then again, maybe this isn't goodbye. So much as it's, see you later, darling.
Well, you know, it could be like the A-Team, you know? It's just like
Slip into bear form.
when we get back together, it's because the world is threatened and, like, stuff's
There
going
you
down.
are. I was hoping you'd make your way
Who the
over.
hell's this little guy? Happy Horson. Oh, he looks like the character that one guy. They made that video about the 5 dwarves or whatever that, you know, frickin' they terrorized. They terrorized. Okay, where did Buddy just go? He was just there.
Pleasure to see them once more.
I gotta go. There he is. He wandered over here.
There you are, my friend. Breathe deep. Can you smell it?
That's quite the outfit. Class difficulty 10. Oh, come on, game. You just gotta. And I have 1 inspiration point left, so hopefully no one else needs me to roll.
You take in every scent the night breeze carries. Sweet honeysuckle, tender violets, and an earthy fragrance you can't quite recognize.
I can't quite recognize.
Forest trees draped in moss. Bittersweet, smoky, and that faintest hint of vanilla. A far cry from the rancid Avernus heat that's been clogging my lungs.
Oh, that's the
I
reason why you
swear,
want to smell.
Karlach and I have felled enough Cambions to build a fortress with their horns. Who'd have thought that just one of those fiends held the key to escaping Avernus for good? One of them sported a map and some blueprints. If you want all the gory details, Karlach can fill you in.
How you been firing without your warlock powers?
I think the splinters I made out of the last bone devil I saw speak for themselves. Not to pat myself too hard on the back, but I'm not such a bad ranger if I do say so myself.
Oh, you're a ranger now. Have you had any time to visit your father?
I've seen him more than a few times, and he's as proud of me as I am of him. He's leading the city's renewal, opened the gates to all newcomers, rebuilt the council from scratch. And he's back in his element, commanding the Flaming Fist with brave heart and no shortage of empathy.
Empathy.
The likes of Gortash can bend people's minds with a few chosen words. No tadpole needed. Bane's Chosen primed the Fist for a war they weren't meant to win. He convinced them there was an assassin hiding in every shadow, that cruelty was the correct answer to crisis. With a few exceptions, fathers pardoned every last fist. If my forgiveness not be Tyr's will, so be it. I shall forgive them all the same. His words, not mine. He still believes in the bow and the blade, but with Floric's help, he's teaching the Fist a new lesson. Valor is found not in the wounds you inflict, but in the lives that you have bettered. May they all take it to heart. I've missed you too. The rush of battles we fought, the heart-to-hearts, the nights around the fire, the comfort of knowing I didn't face the unknown alone. If I had to do it all over again, and I'd rather not, to be clear, I can't imagine not having you at my side. Well, that's enough hell talk for the moment. The night's young. You shouldn't go wasting it. Or wasting any of the wine for that matter. I plan on downing half a bottle myself. Oh, did I say half a bottle? I meant half a dozen.
Learned much under these very skies.
Well,
No doubt
Beautiful
about
night. I
it.
wish it could
Engine's
last
cooking
forever.
hotter here. Damn.
there's 2 characters left. I guess we'll try to cram them into these last few moments. Want to see what this Boo has to say.
Breathe deep, Boo! The smell of heroes sings from every stone in this place. To meet again where your journey began, my friend. An honor. For Minsk and his hamster both. Oh, and for Happy also.
Yes. Honored, of course.
Good to see you, miss. Boo too. And Happy? Who's this then?
See how your very presence snatches the breath from his chest? And it is no wonder. It is just this day that Happy learned of your legend, while we gazed down upon the very city you saved.
He dangled me from the high hall, upside down, for 2 hours.
The guild should not go creeping in high places if they do not have the stomach for them, hmm? It is well for Happy the strange portal appeared when it did. Minsk's arm was growing achesome.
You're still chasing after the guild? I thought you made your peace with them.
So I have. Though it is a peace made more from blade and boot than it is any sense of brotherhood. 9 Fingers forbade any looting of the Illithid's fleshy vessels. And so Minsk guards what remains of the battle site. Even from her. But where Minsk might once have thrown any sneaking scoundrels from the tower top, now I tell them of you. How you ruled the wickedness within. How they might
interesting.
do the same.
Yes, I'll rule it. I'll be better.
Oh, of course.
Is this the
It is
developer's
still
way
for
of like...
Boo to decide if they live or die.
Oh gods.
But enough, my friend! I cannot tell your tale if I do not know the whole of it. Minsk and Boo would know where you have been, what you have done. Without tadpoles, Boo.
There's a video where there's like these
Forgive
5
my
little guys
hamster's
that just...
squirrelishness. He has developed something of a taste for tadpole, and is displeased with the diet I have been forced to place him on. Now, Halfling, Boo will not have you embarrassing him in front of his friends, so you ought to know the rest of the company you keep. Will Ravengard, the Blade of Frontiers, Devil-Horned and Angel-Hearted. Lae'zel of Creshkiller, true child of Gith, and true friend to Boo. Though she will and say it is not so. Astarion, who is banished by the sun itself for fear his Spanish soul might outshine it.
Oh, wow.
We
This guy's
visit him
away with
much
words.
down in the dark places, though he often moves his lair without remembering to tell Minsk where. Shadowheart, two gods tugged at her soul, but she managed to keep it all for herself in the end. Wait, Boo, did she do something with her hair? Halsin, Archdruid of Arch... somewhere. He is a much better man than he smells. And there, the champion of the Hells herself. Karlach Demon's Bane, Devil's Bane, Merkle Ball and Bane. Once the guild is made of goodness once more, Bull shall scratch the Hells wide open and find a way to bring her back. And finally, Jahira.
Last one I have to go
If
see.
this is a name you do not already know, then not even Boo can save you. Study them well, sneak thief.
Sneak
For
thief.
the best among them will be a guide for your guild. Heroes who put the city before themselves, who never falter in their duty. And more than this, who never arrive to a party without even a gift for the host.
But wait!
Go, my friend. Be among our friends. There is much work yet to be done before this one is fit to join them.
There's a popular YouTube video about like 5 dudes that look just like that, and they're just total griefers and they're just wreaking havoc. I almost wonder if like the developers saw that video and like are poking fun at him by taking his character there and like making him like Boo's bitch. Okay, one more. This is a longer than normal video, but there's one more here. Well, I guess there's Volvo too.
You can make yourself presentable when you have a mind to.
That makes 2 of us. One of
Oh,
us.
forgive me. I am simply excitable. It is good to be out under an open sky once more. My first, since the reconstruction began. We left quite a mess behind. But the city begins to look something like itself once more. Same twisting alleys for purse pickers. Same wooden buildings ready to get burnt by next year's dragon.
Next year's dragon.
Same cisterns overflowing. Huh.
I heard this rumor the upper city was destroyed beyond reconstruction. Interesting.
The upper city has been almost entirely rebuilt. That's where the gold is. Even the builder's scaffolds are cleared from the streets. No dust left to sneeze at. Baldurians simply get on with it. Stubbornness, civic spirit,
We weren't allowed to go to the upper
plain
city.
stupidity. Perhaps all three. But nothing I will sniff at any longer. Harpers have come from half the world over to lend aid. Farmers, masons, healers. My own son, Jord, has been wooed to their ranks. Already he plans crop cycles in Worm's Crossing. Not so for my daughter. Ryan's rejoined the Flaming Fist. Temporarily, you understand. To organize the craftsmen. Though she spends more time locking up comrades for pocketing aid funds. They might learn a thing or two if they don't expel her. Again.
All well and good, but what about you?
There is still much to do. People to house. A Harper network to rebuild. I may have little love for this city, but so long as my family chooses to serve it, I can do no less.
Join the Harpers. I'm sorry you've had so much work, but there's no better to do it.
The songs of my suffering will break hearts from here to the Hordlands.
Can you
I
just
am sure.
join the Harpers?
Be well, cub. We will speak again. But first, I must inspect the refreshments. You'll never know. Some ne'er-do-well might have tampered with the wine.
All right.
I remember one evening when we had to eat 14 apples,
Now,
fish heads, and a stale loaf of bread
unless
just to get by.
Withers is around to tell me something interesting, because like you kind of hoped that you could talk to Withers and just be like, dude, what the frick is going on anyway? Like, what was your deal? What is that? End your adventure. End your adventure is right there. But I don't think we're going to see that, because I think I'm going to end this video. And you want to know something? I think we're done here with this game. I don't know if I personally feel like playing it that much more. Like, the most I could do is reload some saves and try some maybe different endings, but it requires these long drawn out fights that I kind of don't care for, because as good as this game was, I don't really feel like doing another playthrough of it. It's one of those games where I try to cover as much ground as I can while I'm playing it, and then once it's done, it's done. It'll be years before I play it again, when I can not quite as well remember. And it's been a fair amount. Like, if I check my Steam, if I can check my Steam, I seem to have managed to run it without Steam running. That's different. Steam says a total of 102 hours. Now, does that count the time I played it today? Because it seems the game launched without Steam today. That's a weird glitch. And what do I think of this game? I think it's overhyped a little bit. It definitely was a good game. But I think for a lot of people, it was a different game. Very different than what they're used to. People are used to the Far Cry formula. They're used to the Starfield type formulas. They're used to the Call of Duty formulas. Hell, even Cyberpunk has formulas that are, you know, people are used to now. But this one is a kind of game that's existed for a while, but has never really seen mainstream popularity until recently. This game just came out. Now all of a sudden, it's a lot of people's first experience with this kind of game, and it's blowing minds. I think if people were half as critical of this game as they were of Starfield, they probably would have complaints about it too, because I've definitely had glitches, bugs, weird things that happen during combat. Almost stuck once. It crashed once, only a few hours in, but actually it's been really stable. I haven't had it. It hasn't crashed the whole time I've been playing it.
The whole gang is here.
But
Wish I'd had time to
one interesting thing about it is that, you know, I've probably only seen about a third of the content. Like, there's literally a whole nother bad guy playthrough you could do. There's something about the Call of the Dark or the Call of something. I forget what it's called. You find some book or something, and then you could be a bad guy. And then there's little things around that I probably haven't found, and then there's different decisions I could have made.
I learned much under these very skies.
Yeah, I could see replay value on this if I wasn't the kind of person who just likes to do things a certain way and would probably just make the same decisions each time I play through this game, because that's the way I am. Maybe I'd like to see what it was like to save the Githyanki, because I'm pretty sure that could be a good ending too, though apparently everyone turns into mind flayers, which might make this dynamic. That might make a big enough change to make me want to, like, maybe go dip into it, but I think I'm done for this game for now. And we're done for this video at 40 minutes. Like, subscribe, come back for more, and find me on Kick.